Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video. And today we have another Knockdown board game. This time it's Knockdown Volume 2, a game by Adam Kwapinski, brought to you by Awaken Realms. So I've already done an unboxing for you for Volume 1, so let's take a look at Volume 2. Again, Awaken Realms always does a great job when it comes to doing different kinds of artwork for their packaging. And this is just as beautiful as all the other ones that they've created. Again, as you know, the inside of the box cover is used for the shadow box for the game, and this is where the battle takes place on this bridge right here. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. Show you the inside of the box. So the inside of the box looks like a hallway, I'll see, on a spaceship, which is very cool. So it's inside a spaceship. It could be in a space station, you know, depending on how you want to set it up for you. But there you go. That's the inside of the box lid. So let's take a look at the rule book. Again, Knockdown Volume 2, Game Rules. We have a table of contents. Let's take a look at this about the game. In the arena, only one thing matters: victory. Here, the best fighters gather to earn glory by eliminating their opponents in the great tournament. You may be cunning, you may be mighty, perhaps you will fight dirty, doing whatever it takes to win. Only the bold rise to the top. Will you be the next champion? Goal of the game. As a skilled combatant, your goal is to defeat your opponent by inflicting wounds and executing the final KO or knockout to end the round. Or you can deplete the attack deck, at which point the fighter with the fewest wounds is declared the winner of the round. Either way, victory goes to the first fighter to win 2 rounds. And again, you have more awesome artwork. Again, the game's components and setup, which we'll get into. We have how to read the different fighter sheets. We have an example of it right there. Then you have the attack cards, your different attack types that you can do. You have skill cards, you have your icon chart, heavy wound, light wound, ranges, range projectile, block, dash, and wild. Again, there is your setup of the game. Tells you how to set up it, and each one tells you what it represents. A game turn, you have move, you can attack, you can do combos. You have an attack sequence, important rules, hand limit, running out of wound cubes, the golden rule. Golden rule is if any time a text on a card or fighter sheet contradicts a game rule, the card/fighter sheet text always takes precedence. So this game rulebook is pretty identical to the version 1 rulebook, which is cool. All right, then we got blocking. We've got knockdown test. You've got the end of the round, failed knockdown test, no cards in the attack deck. Next round, knockdown test, dice variant. And then we have additional rules, range types. Again, starting spaces, technical corridors. Got the fight right there going on. You got merging knockdown boxes, fighter token, skill set token, and arena tokens. And an index to tell you where to find things inside the book. Again, same thing as the last time, 22 pages of rules, and in the back, all the great people who have brought you this game. And of course, if you want more information about this game, awakenrealmslight.com. Again, that's awakenrealmslight.com. It'll tell you about the 3 different versions of Knockdown. I only happen to have 2 of them. So there you go. So before we even get started, I'm going to show you how to set up the arena. So again, inside the bottom cover of the box, it looks like that. Which is very cool too, but the part that you want to see is here. So this goes in with this box here, and boom, you got yourself a arena. Let's move this up just a little bit. There you go, you got yourself an actual arena that you can, there you go, put the arena, and you have your rule book. So that's your game board right there. That's where they're going to be fighting. Okay, or it might be this way, actually. I think it might be... Oh, that actually matches right up top there, but I think it's going to be thinner on that side. So you have more room, maybe more room on this side? I think 6 1/2 does the other. It doesn't really matter. I don't think either way. Here, like this. I think it's this is the right way. I think that's the right way. So leave it just like that. Either way, you get the general gist. This is the area that you'll be fighting on. So right off the bat, we have our player cards. I'm sorry, we have our player board, should I say. So you have James. He's a captain of the ship. So James has got, so you got 2 different sides. You got captain side and you have the gunslinger side. So you've got the headshot, the suppressive fire, the order, the reload. On this side, you've got the gunslinger, which has the headshot, the pistol whip, high noon, and reload. Then you could be Katie. She's either a scout or she could be a commando, depending on which side you want to use. She's got Molotov cocktail, desperate attack, adrenaline, motion scanner. And over here we have, as the commando, she has wheel kick, burst, adrenaline, and motion scanner. All right, so you have Katie and you have James. And of course you have the alien, who is a parasite or is a beast. And of course they nicknamed him Puppy. So this guy is going to be known as Puppy. So you've got a bite, a scratch, a tail grab, a technical corridor. See what that says. When you suffer any wounds, blink to a space within 1 to 2 spaces of him. Okay, and Puppy, you've got a bite, a scratch, a pounce, and evolve. Inflict, that's a minor wound right there. The hashtags are a major wound. Equal to the number of contamination cards in your opponent's hand. All right, so there you go. And you can be Puppy. So there's your 3 characters in the game. Once again, you have dice. Dice don't actually play a major role in the game, but it's an optional rule for you if you want to use dice. So, but again, these dice are really very, very cool. Really like the way they look. I got a little baggie for them. Okay, there's your dice. So there's some dice for you. And you have some plastic cubes, dark blue and light blue. Another video, someone had set another unboxing video that I had seen about this. They mentioned they were wooden. They feel plasticky to me, so I'm going to believe that they're made out of plastic, but not made out of wood. So there you go. There's your plastics. Then, of course, the fighting is done through a deck of cards. But before I show you the deck of cards, I'm actually going to show you the tokens first. Again, the tokens are all punched because I did pick this up on Facebook Marketplace used. So looks like we've got some bullets right off the bat. We got some bullets. That's for your gunslinger, obviously. Nothing on the back, but you got some bullets that you're using. All right. Looks like you got your knockout tokens. Front and back are the same. There are your knockout tokens. Very cool. Picture of each of your characters. Oh, got some more bullets. You got 5 bullets. All right. looks like they are wrestling, so maybe that's it. They're caught in combat and they're wrestling. Not sure. They're grappling with each other, so I'm not quite sure. Assuming that that's what that is. Then we've got a flame token. And last but not least, we got this one, which is, again, I'm not sure what this is. It looks like it could be, I don't think it's a ladder. I don't know what that is exactly. It looks like a case. So it looks like an open case, but I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. Again, I'm gonna have to go through the rules to see what that token is used for. Not sure. Oh, sorry. And we also have our, I'm going to move this back just a little bit so I can show you some of these cards that we have. So we've got, right off the bat, we've got our player aids. Again, this is a 2-player game. You could conceivably do it as a solo play, but again, it's designed for 2 players. You got a player turn, an action, attack sequence. So your actions are move, attack, and combination. So player turn, refill the attack row, perform 2 actions. Your attack sequence, what you're going to do, and then when you got 2 of them, they're exactly the same. Then you flip it over, it says range types, and then icons. Again, your 5 icons that you have, which are your fist, your kick, your special, your move, and you have your shield. So it's punch, kick, yin yang, which is that one there, your move, and your shield. Those are your icons that you're going to use. All right, there you go. And on the bottom, there's your different, again, as I said, the X is the light wound. I said is the hashtag, but it's that picture right there, that icon is your heavy wound. Okay, so there's your player aids. Got 2 of those. Then you have your 3 player cards. Again, it tells you about a puppy. Contamination card. Contamination cards are added to your opponent's hand and count toward their hand limit. Contamination cards cannot be discarded when the hand limit is exceeded. If puppy is able to give a contamination card to their opponent and the opponent already has all the contamination cards, puppy discards 1 wound. Discard contamination cards can be used again. All right. James, ammo. James discards ammo tokens for certain special attacks. You start the match with 6 ammo tokens. Ammo tokens don't replenish between rounds, and you cannot ever have more than 6. Right. Oh. And there's the 6th one left in the box. Sorry about that. Katie uses the flamethrower. When any fighter starts their turn with a flame token on their fighter sheet, they suffer 1 major wound. Discard the flame token after this fighter moves during their turn. So once you're lit on fire, it's not a good thing. So it's lasting for a round, and you definitely take a wound before you extinguish it. So that's always cool to have. Okay, of course, this reminds you of the aliens and Ripley and all that stuff. So don't need to get into that, but also you see where the idea came from. Then you have your skill deck. Your contamination deck. And then you have your attack deck. So let's take a look at each one of these first. So let's take a look at your contamination deck. It has only 3 cards in it. You may discard this card by spending 1 action. If you do this, puppy discards 1 wound. All the cards are the same. There's your contamination cards. You get 3 of those. Different skills. That's your back. That's your front. Here's your back. It says, in between during a combo action, you may discard 2 question marks to perform the following attack: range, wound pool, attack type, strike. Again, all this is explained to what all these icons, what this all means, explained to you in the core rulebook, which is right over here. Okay, so you have in between, Fight Master, Hail of Blows, Clarity, Pugilist, or Pugilist, Panic, Bleeding, Hooks, Melee Master, Iron Man. Says strike and ability attacks against you cannot inflict more than 1 wound. You still suffer any number of major wounds. Last chance and all out of attack. When your attack inflicts wounds, add 1 additional major wound to the wound pool. When you suffer wounds from an attack, you suffer 1 additional major wound. So obviously these all have point values attached to them at the bottom as well. Okay, so that is your skill deck. And then you have your fight deck. Oops, sorry, let me turn it over this way. So as you can tell, so let's just flip these up real quick. So you have your different cards. So like I said, this seems very similar to me as we have in the video games like Mortal Kombat and things of that nature. So you're going into an arena to fight and take out the major baddie. And in this case here, your major baddie is going to be an alien. So that's what's going to be happening here. So let me just separate these real quick, like I said. Just about done. Shield, movement goes with the movement. This go with this. This goes with this one. The shield goes with this one. Shield with this one and this one. All right, so let's go right along. So again, this is your attack deck or defense deck, depending on the way you want to look at it. So again, all the backs are the same. So let's go back over to here. So again, all the ones with the shield, these are for defense. You got low punch. Low punch. So you strike, point value, wounds that does. Oop, that's a knockout card. So you got low punch, high punch, low kick. Move your opponent 1 space backwards. Again, high kick, uppercut. After passed, your opponent doesn't discard wounds. Synthetic food. So those are your defense cards. Then you have your actual movement cards. Look at this. Again, low punch, high punch, punch kick, low kick, uppercut, and synthetic food. Again, it says after passed, your opponent doesn't discard wounds. So that's your movement. This is your special card, which is the yin and yang. Low punch, low kick, high kick, uppercut, synthetic food. Those are your 3 major cards. And of course you have your low punch again, high punch, and uppercut, and synthetic food. These are your striking fist. And last but not least, you have your kicking, which is a low kick. Again, move your opponent 1 space backwards. High kick, 2 wounds, uppercut. After passed, your opponent doesn't discard wounds, and synthetic food, again, discard 1 major or 1 minor wound. So those are your attack cards. So let's start off with your different characters. That's a great sculpt. Any sculpts that you get from Awakened Realms are fantastic, as you can tell. I believe Awakened Realms does Nemesis, so this falls right in the category of that one. Very cool. You have your James, which is your male fighter also. The canister looks like he's going to fall. Got to be careful with that thing. Doesn't trip over it. There's your character there. And you have your alien. Which is another really, really cool sculpt. Has really, really great detail on it. Very awesome. So there you have it. That's everything that's included. And this concludes our unboxing of the board game Knockdown, Volume 2, a game by Adam Kwapinski, brought to you by Awakened Realms Studio. For more information, go to awakenedrealmslight.com. knockdown.com. As always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Of course, you can always hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.